What's up guys, Wolf and Wolfclaw here. Welcome to today's video. There's a lot of updates to cover that I have not covered yet in a video, so strap in, grab some popcorn, and hold on to your socks, per my request. Anyways, subscribe, let's get into it. I'd like to start off by quickly tipping my hat to this guy right here and showing a bit of his video regarding the drama, because yeah, it's real.
I would like to say, with what I got tagged in today, it is not good. Hold on, let me pop them up. I have pulled them up, and they are absolutely disgusting. One reads 4 hours ago that my buddy Wolfclaw, sorry for butchering your name, he got messages. It looks like messages that I've gotten tagged into. I will show you the original 2 posts. They're right here. Not regular 2. These are the posts that is in this post. Wolfclaw said results came in. This is 90% fake, 97% fake. At this point, you're a disgrace. They also said to leave me alone. I would like to apologize that you have to deal with this, especially when I'm dragging you into stuff like this too. I hate seeing you getting put into situations that I'm being tagged in.
Now, I'm going to come on camera real quick and just speak my piece regarding this video.
Alright, let's get down to business. You were never dragged into this. Well, not intentionally, of course. They like to target people because they are sitting here harassing me, and they want to get to anyone I talk to. Whether it's a new viewer, a new fan, a new subscriber, they try to chase them away from the channel. They try to chase me away from interacting with people like a normal human being, as they do this by targeting those I try to interact with, trying to poison my air, my digital air of my reputation. But I have not clearly let that happen, as you see from my very wide transparency. Now, I can give you a lot of evidence later on in the video why these people are disgusting, why these people deserve to be kicked off of YouTube and social media in general, and why this opinion feels more so a fact, and it's slowly becoming more of a fact. Though I'd like to say I am sorry for any inconvenience I have caused you by interacting with you, bro. I didn't realize that these disgusting individuals do target those I interact with. And yet again, I'm sorry for interacting with you and trying to actually make friends or at least be nice to people. I'm sorry for being nice to people, if that makes any sense. Furthermore, I'd like to make it very clear that everything he said was genuinely accurate, that this shit is crazy. It's quite crazy. And I'd like to just say thank you to those who are not falling for such stupidity. And, oof, I got some shit I want to say, but I'm going to keep it level-headed. Let's get into the evidence, though, because the evidence is always the apple of truth. Let's do this.
For evidence, they've deep-faked influencers and my mother, and also me. Yeah, disgusting. Ugh, I'm gonna puke. But they didn't just target influencers, they targeted young ones as well. Those have influence. They've also targeted a person named Chris and a literal child.
Let's make one thing clear, chat. They always publish something along the lines of you kissing a predator or you getting executed. These are AI deepfakes, and they are unauthorized use of someone's likeness. For YouTube's sake, I'd like to say this, that the evidence shown is for evidence purposes only. But yes, this is the stuff that I have to see on YouTube platform, because YouTube has failed to moderate its platform. But actually, am I true to that word now? Because YouTube might be actually acting after all. Let's see this.
When YouTube started surprisingly doing its job, they tried to claim dominance at first. However, yeah, that tune did not last long. Yeah, I had to fact check every single termination, and yeah, thankfully everything was fact checked, and this back here basically explains it more than enough. They are getting pummeled by YouTube moderation. In fact, I had so much in the playlist that the count of the content of their drama had dropped dramatically. When I say dramatically, I mean they were big providers of that playlist. I'd like to also touch up on a very sensitive topic. They keep harassing me via email. Every time I collect their email address, I collect their Google system ID and a time zone using my tools that I can do that with. And to make this very clear, they've tried to coerce me in deleting evidence regarding their crimes and constant YouTube community guideline violations, which I did not fall for. In fact, they just made me worse. They made me more annoyed. And guess what? These people had the audacity to dox 2 email addresses. I then proceeded to use Google Lens to grab those email addresses and be as nice enough to contact the owners of those email addresses and let them know that they were doxxed and try to warn them about this. So they are very much prepared and aware of the drama. Oh, and to show the audacity these people have, they actually tried to harm themselves. They tried to then blame me for it, despite their actions being their own and me simply protecting my PR standing when they harass me. Oh, guess what? Did you know they promoted scamming children out of Adopt Me Pets on Roblox? Did you know they think their bypassing skills are good? The platform says otherwise. Furthermore, did you know this person right here, said this?
Guys, I just found out this motherfucking bitch. I'm sorry, but part of my language. This motherfucking bitch. With this motherfucking cool guy. This is a great cool guy, we all know. Okay, this motherfucking cool guy. Okay, you should subscribe to him. Wolfing was cool, you're so cool. Anyways, look what I found. Hey, I had this idea. Maybe you should use a voice app to make him say something and backstabbing and expose him. Now, also make sure to delete this comment after your cover tracks, and also like try him. Hi, but I failed, so maybe you can make him say vile offensive stuff and tag his fan. Then you may make it a tie since some people would not trust you given your past record. Okay. Look what I comment. You fucking dumbass. I knew it was all a lie. You liar. I knew. Wait, I'm gonna screenshot it, and yes, I know everything now. This is false, and I using I forgot to and you forgot to delete this comment, so nice try. Yeah. Look at this. No, look at this. Like, bro, like, you already got comment 4K. This is not even an AI. This is like real YouTube. Okay, like, look, you can see all this. YouTube. This is regular YouTube. This is not even AI anymore. People don't even know to use AI on YouTube. Just like unlike you guys use AI, and it was fake. Like, there's no ad on the AI. It doesn't have the same fonts as the AI. Like for Roboto 928X, I'll show you the font he uses. This is a font Roboto uses. This one. This is a font he uses. So anyway, yeah, video end. Actually,
To the owner of that video, I'd like to say thank you so much for calling this out. And to the next owner, I am sorry I cannot feature your audio as it has copyright on it. However, long story short, they are saying the same thing everyone else is saying, and I would like to give them a small shout out for at least helping. Oh, and I'd like to also target this false narrative of theirs, or more like 2 false narratives. They tried to claim that I boosted a predator and that I like lolly content. Well, let's see what I got to say to that.
Alright, let's strip things down to the bare bones of reality. Number 1, the algorithm. What do I watch? Or what do I create and what do I interact with? I create, watch, and interact with furry content and drama content. Therefore, the YouTube algorithm seen this type of engagement coming from my channel and decided to send more of that niche, furry and drama. Because of that, that's what came up. However, I'd like to make it clear to a anime illiterate person like me, who doesn't fully understand the anime landscape, an anime character is an anime character. If you can't have a visual name and an age, you don't know their name, you don't know their age. You need to learn this stuff. If they are shown as a 15-year-old, but there's no name, and it doesn't look small and young enough, you wouldn't tell the difference between a grown-ass woman and a young-ass child, unless they're drawn a specific way to make it younger looking, if that makes sense. There's also multiple anime drawing styles, and that alone can make it quite difficult to understand. Looking at Lolly by itself, to the untrained eye, with someone who is unexperienced, would just look at it and say, oh, it's a girl, okay, so what, and brush it off. Naturally, I was there trying to protect the furry fandom, hence my direct response regarding the drama with the furry fandom and the art and the style and all that. You got to take example of the actual narrative at hand, not just a small assumption. You guys look at small, I look at the whole chessboard. Wake up to reality.
I'd like to say this, and I mean look, alright? If I'm not working, I'm interacting and getting recognized by other creators on their comment sections, and I'm just chilling, having fun with them, interacting and being authentic. While these people are harassing me constantly and at mentioning me. That sucks. I'd like to note that it's quite interesting how when I made a anti-circumvention policy for the community, their accounts started to get terminated left and right by YouTube. In fact, every time they @mention someone, I go behind their backs and take all the @mentions they @mention and contact them and share the truth. Now you're probably wondering, in terms of community backlash, how is the comments like? And it's mixed. When it comes to me and the bad actors, it's mostly hateful for the bad actors. The bad actors aren't getting a good standing reputation here. But for me, it's kind of a mixed signal between people who use common sense and people who are just downright confused or downright enraged for no reason. Also, the bad actors false reported my post down, which led to me trying to fight to get it pushed back up. After no success, I literally just started pivoting to my blog, sent out the link, and watch how the bot doesn't even blink. Of course, while they spread a bunch of misinformation and use AI to make false evidence, I'm sitting here putting skin in the game, reporting their bad content, as they actually got their content removed about David Baszucki only to republish it on Twitter. Of course, before we end this video, I'd like to make it clear, anything and everything they say or do can and will be held against them. They have the right to remain silent, and I'm not doing this to sound like a cop. I'm doing this to prove a point. They have the right to remain silent both in the court of law legally and naturally through public PR. So I suggest they invoke that right. But to those who want to keep up with that drama, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so I can keep you guys notified regarding this BS. Peace.